before you were devotee and experienced any suffering in the material world?
Anyone before you became a devotee have experienced any suffering in the material world? Question.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Yes, everyone.
What's the difference?
So that's the dukis.
I qualified in all the four.
I qualified in all the four
Hari Bol.
Devotees.
before I was a devotee.
But then Prabhupada, he told yogas for teach activities and Lord Chaitanya, his mercy is unlimited.
So Srila Prabhupada said, you give up these pratik activities and Lord Chaitanya, his mercy is unlimited.
Hari Bol.
Nityananda, he takes the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and distributes it.
So Lord Nityananda, he takes the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and distributes it.
And Srila Prabhupada, he took the mercy from the Daigova and distributed that in this Western world.
And Srila Prabhupada, he took the mercy of Nitai Gaur and distributed that in the Western world.
And he was told by his Guru to preach in the Western world.
And he was told by his guru to preach in the Western world.
When he was in Los Angeles, the deity of also preach in India.
So when he was in Los Angeles, the deity of Rukmini Dwarkanath told him that he should also preach in India.
Now we have many temples, many devotees.
Now we have many temples and many devotees in India.
People are foolish in the sense that they think they're the body.
People are foolish in the sense that they think they are the body.
And therefore, what's the actual purpose of their mind?
And therefore they actually miss, therefore they miss the actual purpose of the human form of life. This is God realization. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antyakanda, 5.691.
Beautiful voice.
The most beautiful voice, the Brahmana caught hold of Lord Nityananda's lotus feet. And crying profusely, he called out loudly again and again. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antyakanda 5.692.
Oh, Nityananda.
Oh Lord Nityananda.
Simple.
Oh, Nityananda.
Please give this most simple person shelter at your lotus feet.
Please give this most sinful person shelter of your lotus feet.
leader of the Dacoits, he was fully surrendering the Lord Nityananda's mother's feet.
So this leader of the dacoits, he was fully surrendering at the lotus feet of Lord.
I am most simple person.
I am the most sinful person.
I am most simple person. I am most simple person.
I, a most sinful person,
Will attain this planet as my true destination.
will attain which planet as my due destination?
But Brahman Dalit leader, he realized that by law, wishing to harm Lord Nityananda,
So the Brahmin dacoit leader, he realized wishing to harm Lord Nityananda,
selling his possessions,
stealing his possession,
you have to sell the some other specialization.
he would have to suffer and go to some hellish destination. Chaitanya Bhagavan, Khanda 5.694.
বৃত্তের মস্তকে নিত্যানন্দের পদস্থাপন। নিত্যানন্দ প্রভু বড় করুণা সাগর, পাদ পদ্ম লীলা তার মস্তক উপর।
Lord Nityananda
Lord Nityananda
was merciful of the Lords,
the most merciful of the lords,
ocean of worship,
an ocean of mercy,
placed his lotus feet on the head, on that Brahman's head.
placed his lotus feet on that Brahman's head.
Lord Nityananda, he was so merciful that it goes beyond estimation.
So Lord Nityananda, he is so merciful that it goes beyond estimation.
This central leader of the Dacoits
This sinful leader of the dacoits
received the mercy of Lord Nityananda's lotus feet.
received the mercy of Lord Nityananda's lotus feet.
Hari bol. Hari bol.
Chaitanya Bhagavat, Khanda 5.695.
চরণা রবীন্দ্র পাই মস্তকে প্রসাদ, ব্রাহ্মণের মন্দির সকল অপরাধ।
Lord Nityananda's lotus feet
Lord Nityananda's lotus feet
were attained uh, on the right leader's head and mercy.
were obtained on the dacoit's leader's head as mercy.
All the Brahma's offenses were nullified
And all the Brahmana's offenses were nullified
by Lord Nityananda.
by Lord Nityananda.
And Nityananda was described as an ocean of mercy.
Lord Nityananda, who is an ocean of mercy, is described. Lord Nityananda, who is described as an ocean of mercy,
It was by placing his lotus feet on the head of the Dacoit leader.
by placing his lotus feet on the head of the dacoit leader,
He nullified all the offenses of the sinful Brahmana.
he nullified all the offenses of the sinful Brahmana. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adhyakanda 5.696.
সেই নিজের চেষ্টায় চোর দস্যুগণের পাপ বৃত্তি পরিত্যাগ এবং চৈতন্য প্রদাশ্রয়। সেই দ্বারে যত চোর দস্যুগণ ধর্মপথে আসি লইল চৈতন্য শরণ।
So that Brahmana, all sorts, all the thieves and dacoits
Through that Brahmana, all the thieves and dacoits
came to take the religious path,
came to take to the religious path
take shelter of Lord Chaitanya Maharani.
and took shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So Lord Nityananda had ordered the Dacoit leader to bring the other dacoits, thieves, to take the religious path.
So Lord Nityananda had ordered the dacoit leader to bring the other dacoits to take to the religious path,
And he did that.
and he did that. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antakanda 5.697.
পাপবৃত্তি ও অনাচার পরিত্যাগ পূর্বক দস্যুগণের হরিনাম গ্রহণ। ডাকাত চুরি পরিহিংসা ছাড়ি অনাচার সবে লইলেন অতি সাধু ব্যবহার।
So these thieves and dacoits gave up thievery,
So these thieves and dacoits gave up thievery,
violence to others,
violence to others,
all kinds of immoral activity,
and all kinds of immoral activities.
all now to the assembly or sadhu behavior.
All of them took up saintly sadhu behavior.
So Lord Nityananda had all these thieves and fallen people delivered.
So Lord Nityananda had all these thieves and fallen people delivered
By his mercy.
by his mercy. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antyakanda 5.698.
সবে লয়েন হরি নাম লক্ষ লক্ষ সবে হইলেন বিষ্ণু ভক্তি যোগে দক্ষ
All of them chanted the name of Hari, hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands of times.
All of them chanted the names of Hari hundreds and hundreds of thousands of times.
And they all became very expert in the devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, the Lord Krishna.
So, and all of them became expert in devotional service, in bhakti yoga of devotional service to Lord Vishnu. Purport: there is a difference between devotion to Vishnu and devotion to objects other than Vishnu. In devotional service to Vishnu, there is no sense gratification. But in devotion to demigods other than Vishnu, there is the desire for fulfilling one's selfish motives. Yet in devotional service to Vishnu, there are three categories: Kshina, in brackets weak, Madhyama, in brackets medium, and Nipuna, in brackets expert. By chanting the name of Hari, love for Krishna is awakened and one becomes qualified to relish the topmost transcendental mellows.
And the purport in the verse said that they all became expert in the practice of Bhakti Yoga.
In the verse, it explains that they all became expert in the practice of Bhakti Yoga.
By chanting I now, one can achieve this expertise.
By chanting Harinam, one can achieve this expertise.
And by getting the mercy of the Daigova.
And by getting the mercy of Nitai Gaur. Haribol.
Hari.
Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antyakanda 5.699.
কৃষ্ণ প্রেমে মত্ত কৃষ্ণ গান নিরন্তর নিত্যানন্দ প্রভু হেন করুণা সাগর
Not intoxicated in Krishna Prema.
Mad and intoxicated in Krishna Prema,
Oh, Krishna.
love of Krishna. Who in this way is an ocean of mercy.
So, not only is that difficult to achieve pure love for Krishna.
Normally, it is very difficult to achieve pure love of Krishna.
And we don't see many thieves, robbers, serial killers, mafias.
We don't see many thieves, rogues, serial killers, mafias
Becoming devotees and lovers of Krishna
becoming pure devotees and lovers of Krishna.
by the mercy of Nitai Gaur. That was possible.
But by the mercy of Nitya Gaur, that was possible. Thus ends the chapter entitled, By Nityananda's mercy, the dacoits are intoxicated with love for Krishna and constantly chant Krishna, under the section, The Pastimes of Nityananda.
Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
Any questions?
Any questions? Thank you very much.
Guruvans, thank you very much for the beautiful pastime class. I have a question. My question is, just like that, having so many levels, so many minds, I have not getting many of those levels. Levels come, but the only feeling I get is when I have nothing to seek out for protection. There is no feeling of love, or there is no feeling of the shelter in Sloka. There is no feeling of that. No feeling.
They see this material world, there's a verse in the Purana that says, Padam Padam Yat Vivanam.
So in this material world, there is a verse in the Puranas that says, Padam Padam Yat Vipadam.
There's danger at every step.
There is danger at every step.
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna described the material world as Dukhalaya Ashashvatam.
And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes the material world as Dukhalayam Ashashvatam.
And we're so foolish that we want somehow a very nice arrangement in the material world.
But we're so foolish that somehow we want a very nice arrangement in the material world.
And so we take word after word after word after word after word after word after word.
And so we take birth after birth after birth after birth after birth after birth.
Chewing the truth.
Chewing the chewed.
And we want, if you just realize how much happiness there is by directly being engaged in the service of Lord Krishna.
If we could just realize how much happiness there is in directly engaging in the service of Krishna.
And we're so foolish as Lord Chaitanya came to deliver the mortals.
We're so foolish, so Lord Chaitanya came to deliver the foolish, the murkos.
Because we think somehow make some arrangement and material world will be a very nice place.
Because we think that somehow we make some arrangement and the material world would be a nice place.
But it's not possible.
But it is not possible.
But we can engage ourselves in the service of Krishna,
But we can engage ourselves in the service of Krishna.
and we can taste the real happiness
Then we can taste the real happiness
that we are actually hankering for.
that we are actually hankering for. Is there any questions from the ladies' side?
Yeah, she has. You have a question, right, Mother? You have a question, right? No?
There's also a question behind, one question behind.
Maharani, do you have any questions in the class?
Hare Krishna.
Do you have any questions?
Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna!
Hare humble.
Uh-huh.
So we all the time we go to the temples and things, we have the personal experience of seeing Lord Nitai in front of us. And the beauty form of the Lord is Lord Nitai Krishna. So how do you develop the feelings that the devotees have when they connect the Lord Himself as well?
You see, that lights, when they first saw Lord Nityananda, they wanted to steal from him.
You see, the dacoits, when they first saw Lord Nityananda, they wanted to steal from him.
And they had to go through various tests, various problems.
Then they had to go through various tests, various problems.
And then finally, they realized that they were trying to harm someone who was super powerful.
Then they realized that they were trying to harm someone who was super powerful.
We should see the Tagore as described Karuna Sagar.
So we should see Nitai Gaur, it is described as Karuna Sagar,
Ocean of mercy.
ocean of mercy.
Why are we not taking the mercy?
Why are we not taking their mercy?
That was the thing that changed the heart of the Davites. They realized they could take the mercy of Lord Nityananda.
So that was the thing that changed the heart of the dacoits. They realized that they could take the mercy of Lord Nityananda.
But they were facing difficulties previously.
But they were facing different difficulties previously. Excuse me. I didn't take my dinner yet. It's 9:23.
Last question.
Last question.
I was telling them Bombay. Everybody drives around
I was telling in Bombay that everyone was crowding around Radha Ras Bihari and Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman.
So many people around Nitai.
Not so many people around Nitai Gaur.
Actually, it's like a mercy more than time. Nitai, how to get the mercy of Radha Ras Bihari or Country.
Actually, it's the mercy of Nitai Gaur, the mercy by their mercy, we get the mercy of Radha Rasbihari, Radha Kalachandji.
क्या है प्रभु पिक्चर लेना है आप इस साइड बैठ जाओ प्रभु जी से
That thing we should realize. Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, they're giving us a special mercy.
So that thing we should realize that Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, they are giving us the special mercy.
And, Prabhupada, 1973 in London, they're giving a lecture on this, so we have puja.
So Srila Prabhupada, he was giving a lecture in London on his Vyas Puja.
And he said that he wanted all his Grihastha followers to be Paramahamsas.
He said that he wanted all his Grihastha followers to be Paramahamsas.
His Gurudev was the son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
His Gurudev was the son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
All the Grihasthas, this is a good government Samsparana, where the deities try to make acharyas, sons.
How the Grihasthas, they should do the Gavardhan Samskara, pray to the deities, and they should make their children acharyas.
Yeah, that's right. He's and Prabhupada, he was like that. He said that his Grihastha followers did things that the Guru, they sent sannyasis to do, but they're not able to do it.
So he said that Grihasthas did things that even his Gurudev sent sannyasis and they couldn't do it.
When this Lord, he asked the sannyasi preacher, can you make me a Brahmin?
One British lord, he asked the sannyasi preacher, could you make me a Brahmana?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
He said, you know, eating meat, to eggs, intoxication, wine, etc. illicit sex, gambling.
So he said, give up meat, fish and eggs, intoxication, wine, etc. You can become a Brahmana.
Impossible.
He said, impossible.
So now we have so many youths, so many devotees are taken up Krishna consciousness.
So now we have so many youths, so many devotees who have taken up Krishna consciousness.
So many grihasthas.
So many Grihasthas.
And that's the way to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Nityananda and become really saturated with Krishna prema.
That should be the way to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda and become really saturated with Krishna prema.
Well, we give you Bhagavan said, we make one step towards Krishna, he takes 10 steps towards us.
Srila Prabhupada said we take one step towards Lord Krishna and he takes 10 steps towards us.
Why don't you want Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda's mercy?
Why don't you want Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda's mercy?
They want to give you.
They want to give you.
Haribol, Haribol.
Oh,
Haribol.
You have my Jayapataka Swami app.
how many of you have my Jayapataka Swami app?
Oh, we don't have it.
How many don't have it?
Oh, I'm paying for it. It's yours free.
I'm paying for it. It's yours free.
Haribol.
Both on Android and Apple.
It's both on
Haribol.
Android and Apple.
So, what you have? How many have mobile phones?
How many have mobile phones?
Right now, Google Play Store. Look up Driver Talk Swami app.
Right now, Google Play Store, look on Jayapataka Swami app.
Haribol. Yes.
There's a reminder at the time in front of you.
All right. So do you like this pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda?
So you like the
Haribol.
pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda?
Haribol.
Try to give a class. I'm here every night.
So we try to give a class while I'm here every night.
Haribol. Haribol.
So let's go. I have to take my dinner.
Haribol. Haribol.
Go quick, group picture. Everybody turn around this side. Let's turn this way. No, let's turn this way. Wherever you see, let's turn this way. Turn this way quickly.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Iduhalli Jayapataka Swami Maharaj class and అయిపోయింది Prabhuji. Can you run the class Prabhu once till I reach home?
Sorry Prabhuji.
Can you able to run the call?
Yes Prabhuji.
Yeah, I'm
I
making
can.
you host, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making you host. You can do that.
Thank you Prabhuji. Thank you for showing Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare
Jai Gaurachandra.
Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you for joining. So I am starting Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chaskuram Militam Meva Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachade Satarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So yesterday till where we are not.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji text 9 to 10 Prabhuji.
In Mataji 10th.
Text 9th 9 10 ఒకటి Prabhuji.
Okay. అంటే ఇది చదవాలా Mataji?
Yes Prabhuji. Yes Prabhuji.
ఇక్కడ నుంచి చదవాలా Mataji?
Yes Prabhuji.
Okay Mataji. Please start Mataji. Translation.
Mataji join here Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, ఇంకా లిఫ్ట్ లోనే ఉన్నాను. Please carry on.
Yeah. Samyukta Mataji, please start.
Yes Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. From different parts of the universe, there arrived great sages like Atri, Chaivana, Sharadvan, Arishtamnemi, Bhrigu, Vasishta, Parashara, Vishwamitra, Angira, Parashurama, Uttatya, Indrapramada, Idmavahu, Medhaditi, Devala, Artisena, Bharatvaja, Gautama, Pipalada, Maitreya, Aurva, Kavasha, Kumbhyoni, Dvaipayana, and a great personality Narada. Purport Chaivana, a great sage and one of the sons of Bhrigu Muni. He was born prematurely when his pregnant mother was kidnapped. Chaivana is one of his 6 sons of his father, Bhrigu. When Brahmaji was performing a great sacrifice on behalf of Varuna, Maharshi Bhrigu was born from the sacrificial fire. He was a great sage and his very dear wife was Puloma. He could travel in space like Durvasa, Narada and others, and he used to visit all the planets of the universe. Before the battle of Kurukshetra, he tried to stop the battle. Sometimes he instructed Bharadwaja Muni about astronomical evolution, and he is the author of the great Bhrigu Samhita, the great astrological calculation. He explained how air, fire, water, and earth are generated from either. He explained how the air in the stomach works and regulates the intestines. As a great philosopher, he logically established the eternity of the living entity, Mahabharata. He was also a great anthropologist, and the theory of evolution was long ago explained by him. He was a scientific propounder of the 4 divisions and order of human society known as Varnashrama institution. He converted the Kshatriya king Vitahavya into a Brahmana. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Sandhya Mataji, please can you read from here?
Yes, Prabhuji. Vasishta, see Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.6. Parashara is the grandson of Vasishta Muni and father of Vyasadeva. He is the son of Maharshi Shakti, and his mother's name was Adrishyati. He was in the womb of his mother when she was only 12 years old, and from within the womb of his mother, he learned the Vedas. His father was killed by a demon, Kalmas Sapada, and avenged this he wanted to annihilate the whole world. He was restrained, however, by his grandfather Vasishta. He then performed a Rakshasa killing yagna, but Maharshi Pulastya restrained him. He begot Vyasadeva, being attracted by Satyavati, who was to become the wife of Maharaja Shantanu. By the blessings of Parashara, Satyavati became pregnant for miles. He was present also during the time of Bhishma's death. He was the spiritual master of Maharaja Janaka and a great devotee of Lord Shiva. He is the author of many Vedic scriptures and sociological directions. Gadi Sutta or Vishwamitra, a great sage of austerity and mystic power. He is famous as Gadi Sutta because his father was Gadi, a powerful king of the province of Kanyakubja, part of Uttar Pradesh. Although he was a Kshatriya by birth, he became a Brahmana in the very same body by the power of his spiritual achievements. He picked a quarrel with Vashishta Muni when he was a Kshatriya king and performed a great sacrifice in cooperation with Matanga Muni and thus was able to vanquish the sons of Vashishta. He became a great yogi and yet he failed to check his senses and thus was obliged to become the father of Shakuntala, the beauty queen of world history. Once when he was a Kshatriya king, he visited the hermitage of Vasishta Muni and he was given a royal reception. Vishwamitra wanted from Vashishta a cow named Nandini and the Muni refused to deliver it. Vishwamitra stole the cow and thus there was a quarrel between the sage and the king. Vishwamitra was defeated by the spiritual strength of Vasishta and thus the king decided to become a Brahmana. Before becoming a Brahmana, he underwent a severe austerity on the bank of the Kaushika. He was also one who tried to stop the Kurukshetra war.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Who else? Lavanya Mataji, you're able to read? Mataji.
Deepamata says she'll read.
Yeah. మీ ఇంటర్నెట్ కొంచెం ప్రాబ్లం ఉన్నట్టుంది మాతాజీ, ఒకసారి చూసుకోండి. Yeah, Deepa Mataji, please can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Angira. He is one of the 6 mental sons of Brahma. Okay, sorry, Prabhuji. Ante Manasa Putra anukunta. Okay, he is one of the sons of Brahma and the father of Brihaspati, the great learned priest of the demigods in the heavenly planets. He was born of the semen of Brahmaji, given to a cinder of fire. Utatya and Samvarta are his sons. It is said that he is still performing austerity and chanting the holy name of the Lord at a place known as Alokananda on the banks of the Ganges. Parshurama, see Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.6. Utatya, one of the 3 sons of Maharshi Angira. He was the spiritual master of Maharaja Mandhata. He married Bhadra, the daughter of Soma, moon. Varuna kidnapped his wife Bhadra, and to retaliate the offense of the god of water, he drank all the water of the world.
Read Mataji.
Okay. Medha Tithi, an old sage of yore, an assembly member of the heavenly king Indradeva. His son was Kanva Muni, who brought up Shakuntala in the forest. He was promoted to the heavenly planet by strictly following the principles of retired life Vanaprastha. Devala, a great authority like Narad Muni and Vyasadeva. His good name is on the list of authorities mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita when Arjuna acknowledged Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He met Maharaja Yudhishthira after the Battle of Kurukshetra and he was elder brother of Dhaumya, the priest of Pandava family. Like the Kshatriyas, he also allowed his daughter to select her own husband in a Swayamvara meeting, and at that ceremony all the bachelor sons of rishis were invited. According to some, he is not Asita Devala.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Lavanya Mataji, please can you read?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Bharadvaja, see Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.6. Gautama. One of the 7 great sages of the universe, Sharadvan Gautama was one of his sons. Persons in the Gautama Gotra dynasty today are either his family descendants or in his disciplic succession. The Brahmanas who profess Gautama Gotra are generally family descendants, and the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas who profess Gautama Gotra are in the line of disciplic succession. He was the husband of the famous Ahalya, who turned into stone when Indradeva, the king of the heaven, molested her. Ahalya was delivered by Lord Ramachandra. Gautama was the grandfather of Kripacharya, one of the heroes of the Battle of Kurukshetra. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please continue this one. Finish, Mataji. Maitreya.
Yeah, Maitreya, a great rishi of yoga. He was the spiritual master of Vidura and a great religious authority. He advised Dhritarashtra to keep good relations with the Pandavas. Duryodhana disagreed and thus he was cursed by him. He met Vyasadeva and had religious discourses with him. Yes.
Prabhuji, can you please open this 1.9.6, Prabhuji?
One dot 9.6. Yes, Prabhuji. So, ఇదంతా explanation Prabhuji. ఇది వీళ్ళందరూ గురించి ఎందుకు explain?
Bharadwaja.
No, whenever any munis or rishis come, na, Prabhupada will generally give their background.
Yes.
Who are
Yes.
they and why are they? Okay. And actually, Prabhu, why Prabhupada says all this is, if you go to some of your Kuldevi's temple, na, your Gotra is there, no? This Gotra is all rooted to one of these munis only. That is why we have a Kuldevata's temple. Not
Yeah,
for,
yes.
pride. But yeah, actually Prabhupada wanted to say, this is the lineage. Now you might be from some Gotra, na? So your lineage and your characteristics and your DNA will be the same, Prabhupada, of this thing. So just to know where we are from and how we are connected to these great sages. That is the reason why Prabhupada gives all these explanations. Which family you belong to.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, there are some munis there who are reference to this shloka. Can you please see who are those munis there?
Where, Prabhuji?
In the
Translation?
purport which we are studying now, some 2 or 3 munis, no, refer 1.9.6. That's how it has come.
Yes, Prabhuji. Bharadwaja Muni.
Bharadwaja, Vasishta.
Bharadwaja and who is the other one?
Vasishta anukunta.
Parasara.
Parashurama.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Parashurama.
Parashurama.
Parashurama. Acha. Lords. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. So.
And Vasishta also.
Yeah, Vasishta, Bharadwaja,
Parashurama.
Go ahead with that. With the other. Yeah.
This one, Prabhuji?
Yeah. No.
Parashurama.
In this, no, yeah, you will get Parashurama and then let us study that. No, in the purport, you will get the explanation of Parashurama, Bharadwaja, and then
Vasishta.
Yeah, Vasishta.
Yeah, Bharadwaja, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yeah, let someone read someone else. No, all the Mataji is done.
Anybody is there? Radhika Mataji is not there, right? Yeah, Prabhuji, all Mataji is done, Prabhuji. You can read, Prabhuji, these 3.
Okay, Bharadwaja. He is one of the 7 great rishis and was present at the time of birth ceremony of Arjuna. The powerful rishi sometimes undertook severe penances on the shore of the Ganges, and his ashrama is still celebrated at Prayagadhama. It is learned that the rishi, while taking bath in the Ganges, happened to meet Ghritachi, one of the beautiful society girls of the heaven, and thus he discharged semen, which was kept and preserved in an earthen pot, and from which Drona was born. So Dronacharya is the son of Bharadwaj Muni. Others say that Bharadwaj Muni, the father of Drona, is a different person from Maharshi Bharadwaja. He was a great devotee of Brahma. Once he approached Dronacharya and requested him to stop the battle of Kurukshetra. Thank you, Prabhuji. One more is Vasishta, Prabhu.
Yeah, Vasishtha Prabhuji, this, I mean, both are same Prabhuji, Dronacharya son, I mean, Dronacharya father and this, what we are talking about, Bharadwaja Muni, same or
No,
different?
the Prabhupada, according to these things, he said, some say that he is different. The father of Drona is different from Maharishi Bharadwaja, son of Brahma. Okay, that's what he was telling.
Yeah, read Prabhuji, continue this three. Parashurama.
No, Parashurama is also here only.
Yeah, Parashurama is also here.
Okay. Parashurama Renuka Sutta. He is the son of Maharshi Jamadagni and Srimati Renuka. Thus, he is also known as Renuka Sutta. He is one of the powerful incarnations of God. And he killed the Kshatriya community as a whole 21 times. With the blood of Kshatriya, he pleased the souls of his forefathers. Later on, he underwent severe penances at the Mahendra Parvata. After taking the whole earth from Kshatriyas, he gave it in charity to Kashyapa Muni. Parashurama instructed the Dhanurveda, or the science of fighting, to Dronacharya because he happened to be the Brahmana. He was present during the coronation of Maharaj Yudhishthira, and he celebrated the function along with other great rishis. So when the Kshatriya kings were killed by Parashuram, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
I wanted to say something. Yeah, Mahendra Parvat. You know this where Mahendra Parvat is? So after killing all the kings, na? So he left some, like father of Lord Ram and all. Some kings got escaped. Okay, rest all, many of them he vanished. He completely cleared them off. So after clearing them off, after taking this land, he again donated this land to Kashyapa, and Kashyapa again, in the sense, he gave to again the Kshatriya kings only. So that is how it has been done. So what happened is, after this killing of all the Kshatriya kings, he wanted to do tapasya. So when he has donated all the land to Kashyapa, now he was thinking, where is the land for me to do my tapasya? So he didn't get any land anywhere. So what did he do? Do you know on the Western Ghats, there is one, not on the Western Ghats, on the Western Arabian Sea in India. On Western side, we have Arabian Sea. And there is a place which is known as Go. What is it? Just beneath Goa, you will have one Parashurama Kshetra. From there, he just flew an arrow and it got dipped into Kanyakumari, Cape Comorin. So the land from that place to Kanyakumari is actually reclaimed from the sea. Okay, and that land is the land where Nagas used to stay. That is the reason why you find all the snakes, different species of cobras and all in the Western Ghats of the west side. Why? That is their land actually that has been reclaimed for the tapasya of this person, who? Parashurama. Gokarna. Yeah, that place is known as Gokarna. It's a very tourist spot actually. Many people used to visit that. So from Gokarna till Kanyakumari is the place where Parashurama used to do tapasya.
Gokarna, it's Karnataka, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Karnataka.
Yeah, Karnataka.
Uttar Kannada district or something like that. So from there till Kanyakumari, that the whole land is reclaimed. So that is actually Naga's land. So Nagas came and asked Parshuram, अरे आपने तो हमारा मतलब जगह छीन लिया और हम लोग आराम से मतलब अपने पानी में रहते थे. Now we don't have place to stay. So how can we stay here? So then Parshurama gave them benediction. Don't worry, people who stay at this place from Gokarna till Kanyakumari will respect you snakes as equivalent to the cows. That is the reason why we see a lot of worship of snakes in that region. Generally in the Eastern Ghats, which I stay, like Papi Hills and all these places, wherever you find a snake, you'll kill it, right? But you don't find this tradition at the Western Ghats. Why? That is the boon given by Parashurama to snakes there. So every snake is respected there. Even when we have gone to that Udupi and Hampi Yatra in 2014, there we have seen, a snake that is in Madhvacharya's mutt. Near the Madhvacharya mutt, we have seen a snake which is some 19 or 18 feet long. Okay, that has completely covered the whole road. And that auto driver who was taking us, he stopped and he got up from there, from his auto. He came down and then he touched the road, and then he go after that snake passing away. He slowly and swiftly has gone. So there is respect which they give to the local snake. Okay, so this is what with Parashurama. Sorry, now it's done.
So he is a guru of this probably Bhishma Dev and Dronacharya also. Dronacharya guru also, Parashurama only.
Yeah, Prabhu, whoever gives the villu means the archery, na? The Parashurama is the main actually. He has that what is a skill.
Yeah, he is the Saktavisha avatar of Lord, right?
Yeah, Lord, and he gives the fighting art of fighting to many. Like he gives it to the Ram also. He keeps his weapons in front of Ram, saying that now my time is over. Now you please take over. Now you are the king. Okay, and he also gave it to Bhishma Dev. That is many things, Prabhuji. Many people, many devotees, he has given this vidya of archery and war fighting, because he is the first person who would fight with the speed of mind. We can only imagine the speed of light and speed of sound, okay, in the material world. But in the spiritual realm, there is one more speed known as speed of mind, which is far beyond the speed of light. Okay, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, Sapan Prabhuji, can you read from here? Parashurama and Vasishtha, this part.
Yes, Prabhuji. Parashurama is so old that he met both Rama and Krishna at different times. He fought with Rama, but he accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He also praised Arjuna when he saw him with Krishna. When Bhishma refused to marry Amba, who wanted to become her husband, Amba met Parashurama, and by her request only, he asked Bhishmadeva to accept her as his wife. Bhishma refused to obey his order, although he was one of the spiritual masters of Bhishmadeva. Parashurama fought with Bhishmadeva when Bhishma neglected his warning. Both of them fought very severely, and at last Parashurama was pleased with Bhishma and gave him the benediction of becoming the greatest fighter in the world. Prabhuji, Parashurama, if he saw both Rama and Krishna, then he's covered 2 yugas. So was he physically alive during 2 yugas?
Yes, Prabhuji, if you see in that sense, many of these rishis, they were even present till today also. Na? All these 7 Saptarishis, they are there today also. Not yugas, Prabhuji. They will say, stay for manvantras.
Parashurama also Chiranjeevi, right? Chiranjeevi, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Parashurama also Chiranjeevi. I mean, like.
No. Chiranjeevi is different from this definition. These
Okay.
Saptarishis, they always stay, but depending upon the requirement, they come and go, Prabhu. Chiranjeevi has a completely different meaning from this, Prabhuji. These are the Saptarishis. They can stay for yugas, okay, if they wanted to be. And if you see, Prabhuji, their condition is very pathetic than the devotees. Because if you see the 7 layers, 8 layers, 5 subtle, 5 gross and 3 subtle, they are stuck up somewhere here, many of them. 3 or 4 of them got stuck up there only. Only 3 or 4, 2 or 3 are very pure devotees. Rest, they are Jnanis also in the Saptarishis. As told by one of my counselors, I'm just passing it as it is to you, Prabhu. Okay, yes, they covered many yugas and they have taken the association of the Lord also. Sapan Prabhu, am I clear, Prabhu?
Yes,
Am I
Prabhuji.
audible?
I was just asking if both Chiranjeevi and Saptarishi, they are both in physical form, or the Saptarishi can assume physical form whenever they want.
The second is right, Prabhu. They can take the physical form whenever need be.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Vashishta, the great celebrated sage among the Brahmanas, well known as Brahma Rishi, Vashishta Deva. He is a prominent figure in both Ramayana and Mahabharata periods. He celebrated the coronation ceremony of personality of Godhead Sri Rama. He was also present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He could approach all the higher and lower planets, and his name also connected with the history of Hiranyakashipu. There was a great tension between him and Vishwamitra, who wanted his Kamadhenu, wish-fulfilling cow. Vashishta Muni refused to spare his Kamadhenu, and for this Vishwamitra killed his 100 sons. As a perfect Brahmana, he tolerated all the taunts of Vishwamitra. Once he tried to commit suicide on account of Vishwamitra's torture, but all his attempts were unsuccessful. He jumped from a hill, but the stone on which he fell became a stack of cotton, and thus he was saved. He jumped into the ocean, but the waves washed him ashore. He jumped into the river, but the river also washed him ashore. Thus, all his suicide attempts were unsuccessful. He is also one of the 7 rishis and husband of Arundhati, the famous star. Hare Krishna.
So why all these things happened? Anyone knows? Why he couldn't but get killed himself?
Okay.
Because Lord Rama was about to appear, and he's taking the position of Guru of Lord Rama's family. That is the reason he couldn't be killed himself. No, he couldn't do suicide. Suicide was not successful in his case because Lord wanted to give him service.
Here,
Prabhu, let us continue with our this thing, with our normal readings.
yeah. So who is the Krupacharya, Prabhuji? Krupacharya here mentioned that Krupacharya. Lalitman Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Kripacharya is the what is it? What is the brother of Drona's wife?
Oh, Krupi. Okay.
Krupacharya father kada Babuji? Father.
Whose father, Mataji?
Krupacharya. Krupi's father kada?
Kripi's
Brother.
father. Yeah, I wanted to just check, Mataji. As far as my
No,
mind
Dronacharya's
serves me
wife
right.
is Krupi and Krupi's brother is Krupacharya.
Let me check, Mataji. If you have, I should also check. But as far as my memory serves me right, it is brother, I guess, Mataji. Let me see. I'll just come again tomorrow, Mataji.
Yeah.
Gaurav Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Are you there, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, please read this.
Translation. There were also many other saintly demigods, kings, and special royal orders called Arunadhyas, a special rank of Rajrishis from different dynasties of sages. When they all assembled together to meet the Emperor Parikshit, he received them properly and bowed his head to the ground. Purport. The system of bowing the head to the ground to show the respect to superiors is an excellent etiquette which obliges the honored guest deep into the heart. Even the first grade offender is excused simply by this process, and Maharaj Parikshit, although honored by all these rishis and kings, welcomed all the big men in the humble etiquette in order to be excused from any offenses. Generally, at the last stage of one's life, this humble method is adopted by every sensible man in order to be excused from before departure. In this way, Maharaja Parikshit explored everyone's goodwill for going back home, back to the Godhead. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, Akinchan Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After all the rishis and others had seated themselves comfortably, the king humbly standing before them with folded hands, told them of his decision to fast until death. Although the king had already decided to fast, although the king decided to fast until the death on the banks of the Ganges, he humbly expressed his decision to elicit the opinions of the great authorities present there. Any important decisions, however firmly fixed, should be confirmed by some authority. That makes the matter perfect. This means that the monarchs who ruled the earth in those days were not irresponsible dictators. They scrupulously followed the authoritative decisions of the saints and the sages in terms of Vedic injunctions. Maharaj Parikshit, as a perfect king, followed the principles by consulting the authorities even up to the last days of his life.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Chandramar Prabhuji, please can you read this?
Yeah, sure. Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The fortunate king said, indeed, we are the most grateful of all the kings who are trying to get favors from the great souls. Generally, you sages consider royalty as refused to be restricted and left in the distant place. But according to religious principles, stool, urine, wash water, etc. Must be left at a long distance. Attached bathrooms, urinals, etc. may be very convenient amenities of modern civilization, but they are ordered to be situated at a distance from residential quarters. That very example is cited here in relation to the kingly order for those who are progressively marching back to Godhead. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that to be in intimate touch with the dollars and centsmen or the kingly order is worse than suicide for one who desires to go back to the Godhead. In other words, the transcendentalists do not generally associate with men who are too enamored by the external beauty of the God's creation. By advanced knowledge in spiritual realization, the transcendentalist knows that this beautiful material world is nothing but a shadow reflection of the reality, the kingdom of God. They are not, therefore, very much captivated by royal opulence or anything like that. But in the case of Maharaj Parikshit, the situation was apparently the king was condemned to death by an inexperienced Brahmana boy, but factually he was called by the Lord to return to him. Other translations, the great sages and mystics who assembled together because of Maharaj Parikshit's fasting unto death were quite anxious to see him, for he was going back to Godhead. Maharaj Parikshit also could understand that the great sages who assembled that they were also kind to his forefathers, the Pandavas, because of their devotional service to the Lord. He therefore felt grateful to the sages of being present there at the last stage of his life, and he felt that it was all due to the greatness of his late forefathers or grandfathers. He felt proud, therefore, that he happened to the descendant of such great devotees. Such pride for the devotees of the Lord certainly not equal to the puffed up sense of vanity for material prosperity. The first is reality, whereas the other is false and vain. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of the both transcendental and mundane worlds, has graciously overtaken me in the form of a Brahmana's curse. Due to my being too much attached to attached to family life, the Lord, in order to save me, has appeared before me in such a way that the only out of fear I will detach myself from the Lord, detach myself from the world. Purport. Maharaj Parikshit, although born in a family of great devotees, the Pandavas, although securely trained in the transcendental attachment for the association of the Lord, still found the allurement of mundane family life so strong that he had to be detached by a plan of the Lord. Such direct action is taken by the Lord in the case of special devotee. Maharaj Parikshit could understand this by the presence of the topmost transcendentalist in this universe. The Lord resides with his devotees and therefore the presence of the great saints indicated the presence of the Lord. The king therefore welcomed the presence of the great rishis as a mark of favor of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. Can you stop here, Prabhuji? Everything, I think everybody done.
Prabhuji, 2 more shlokas can we do? Because now the very important shloka is about to come, 16th one.
Okay, Prabhuji, sure.
If you will,
we have time, 5 minutes. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, Prabhuji, a sloka.
No, this ఎవరైతే చదవాలో ఆమె చదవనివ్వండి ప్రభుజీ 16 శ్లోక వచ్చినప్పుడు నేను ఇది చేస్తాను ప్రభుజీ రిసైట్ చేస్తాను సరేనా
ఓకే
as per the sequence please go ahead Prabhu.
Yeah, I think everybody done one time. Yeah, Deepa Mataji, it's good.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Brahmanas, just accept me as a completely surrendered soul and let Mother Ganges, the representative of the Lord, also accept me in that way, for I have already taken the lotus feet of the Lord into my heart. Let the snake bird or whatever magical thing the Brahmana created bite me at once. I only desire that you all continue singing the deeds of Lord Vishnu. Purport. As soon as one is given up completely unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he is not at all afraid of death. The atmosphere created by the presence of great devotees of the Lord on the bank of Ganges and Maharaja Parikshit's complete acceptance of the Lord's lotus feet were sufficient guarantee to the king for going back to Godhead. He thus became absolutely free from all fear of death. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother.
Yeah, please repeat after me, everyone. This is a very important shloka. Punascha bhuyad bhagavatyanante.
Punascha bhuyad bhagavatyanante.
Rati prasangascha tadashrayeshu.
Rati
prasangascha
Mahatsu yamyam upayami srishtim.
Mahatsu yamyam upayami srishtim.
Maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah.
Maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah.
Punascha bhuyad bhagavatyanante.
Punascha bhuyad bhagavatyanante.
Rati prasangascha tadashrayeshu.
Rati prasangascha tadashrayeshu.
Mahatsu yam upayami srishtim.
Mahatsu upayami srishtim.
Maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah.
Maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah.
Punascha bhuyad bhagavatyanante.
Punascha bhuyad bhagavatyanante.
Rati prasangascha tadashrayeshu.
Rati prasangascha tadashrayeshu.
Mahatsu yam upayami srishtim.
Mahatsu upayami srishtim.
Maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah.
Maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah.
Yeah, please go ahead with translation purpose. It's very important. Please properly do the translation. Prabhu, can you please scroll up, Prabhu? Raj Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Can you please scroll up so that devotees can read the translation?
Yeah. Samyukta Mataji, please can you?
Yes. Translation. Again, offering obeisances unto all you Brahmanas, I pray that if I should again take my birth in the material world, I will have complete attachment to the unlimited Lord Krishna, association with his devotees, and friendly relation with all living beings. Purport. That a devotee of the Lord is the only perfect living being is explained herein by Maharaj Parikshit. A devotee of the Lord is no one's enemy, although there may be many enemies of a devotee. A devotee of the Lord does not like to associate with non-devotees, although he has no enmity with them. He desires association with the devotees of the Lord. This is perfectly natural because birds of the same feather mix together. And the most important function of a devotee is to have complete attachment for Lord Sri Krishna, the Father of all living beings. As a good son of the Father behaves in a friendly way with all his other brothers, so also the devotee of the Lord, being a good son of the Supreme Father Lord Krishna, sees all other living beings in relation with the Supreme Father. He tries to bring back the upstart sons of the Father to a saner stage and to get them to accept the supreme fatherhood of God. Maharaj Parikshit was certainly going back to Godhead, but even if he were not to go back, he prayed for a pattern of life which is the most perfect way in the material world. A pure devotee does not desire the company of a personality as great as Brahma, but he prefers the association of a petty living being, provided he is a devotee of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this should be our prayers whenever we are certain that we are about to come to the material world again. Okay. Of course, for me, I always remember this prayer because I am sure I will come back. But at least, the only good thing which we can pray to the Lord is we should always be within the association of devotees. That's it. Okay. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, you can end this, Prabhuji, end the call. Raj Prabhu? Okay. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. We can go to the recitations if you...
1 minute. ఒక్క నిమిషం మరి.
ప్రభుజీ
మాతాజీ,
మీ దగ్గర ఫైల్ ఉందా లేదంటే నన్ను హోస్ట్ చేయండి
నేను మీకు హోస్ట్ చేస్తాను మాతాజీ. చేస్తాం మాతాజీ.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ.
యా.
ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాం కదా ప్రభుజీ.
Yes, Mataji.
Which shloka were we on?
Yeah, 38.
Yeah. You can start, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I will start. Okay. Now I will start reading the synonyms. Okay, for one time. Then you will repeat in our regular order, like synonyms and translation. Then at last we will go for the shloka. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ke, who are, vayam, we, nama rupabhyam, without fame and ability, yadubhi, with the yadus, saha, along with, pandava and pandavas, bhavatah, your, adarshanam, absence, adarshanam, absence, yarhi, as if, Hrishhikanam, of the senses, iva, like, ishituhu, of the living being. Okay. Now start from Samyukta Mataji. Please go with synonyms and Ramreddy Prabhu translation. In that way, we will everyone read the synonyms and translation as per the sequence. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Synonyms: K, who are, Vayam, we, Nama Rupabhyam, without fame and ability, Yadubihi, with the Yadus, Saha, along with, Pandava and the Pandavas, Bhavataha, your Adarshanam, absence, Yarhi, as if Rishik, Rishikanam, of the senses, Iva, like Ishituhu, of the living being.
Translation. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Chanting. Synonyms.
Synonyms. K. Who are. Vayam. We. Nama Rupabhyam. Without fame and ability. Vadubhihi. With the Yadus. Saha. Along with. Pandavaha. And the Pandavas. Bhavataha. Your. Adarshanam. Absence. Yarhi. As if. Rishikanam. Of the senses. Iva. Like. Ishituhu. Of the living being.
Translation. As the name and fame of the particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. Hare Krishna.
Synonyms. Ke, who are, Vayam, we, Nama Rupabhyam, without fame and ability, Yadubhi, with the Yadus, Saha, along with Pandava and the Pandavas, Bhavataha, your, Adarshanam, absence, Varhi, as if, Rishikanam, of the senses, Iva, like, Ishitu, of the living being. Raj Prabhuji, you can do the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, we are all
Translation. Yeah, translation. As the name and fame of the particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. Hare Krishna.
done. Akinchan Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. Synonyms. Chandramali Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hey, who are, Vayam, we, Nama Rupabhyam, without fame and ability. Yadubhi, with the Yadus, Saha, along with Pandava and the Pandavas, Bhavata, your, Adarshanam, absence, Yarhi, as if, Rishikanam, of the senses, Iva, like, Ishtu, of the living being. Translation was, can I continue?
Akinchan Prabhu, are you there for translation?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Translation. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities along with the Pandavas and Yadus will end at once.
Sapan Prabhu, can you do the synonyms?
Hare Krishna. Synonyms. Ke, who are, Vayam, we, Nama Rupabhyam, without fame and ability, Yadubhihi, with the Yadus, Saha, along with Pandavaha and the Pandavas, Bhavataha, your, Adarshanam, absence, Yarhi, as if, Rishikanam, of the senses, Iva, like, Ishitu, of the living being. Hare Krishna.
Girish Prabhu, are you there for translation? Okay. Sapan Prabhu, you can do the translation also.
Yeah. Translation. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, Similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. Hare Krishna.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
everyone is done,
Thank you.
Prabhuji? Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So now we'll go with recitation. Very simple shloka. Okay. Again, the meaning is like this only. Now, if you are not there, what is the use of all this land and all? It's of no use. Okay. It's like a body without soul. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubi saha pandavaha. Hare Krishna.
Devayam nama rupabhyam yadubhih sah Pandava.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubi saha pandavaha.
Kevayam
nama rupabhyam yadubhih sah Pandava.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubi saha pandavaha.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhih sah Pandava.
Bhavato darshanam yarihi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Bhavato darshanam yarhi 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 rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi saha pandavaha. Bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhih sah Pandavaha. Bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi saha pandava. Bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhih sah Pandavaha. Bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi saha pandava. Bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhih sah Pandavaha. Bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Now you can go for the individual. Thank you. Yes, Mataji. Mataji or Samyukta Mataji, please start.
Yes, Prabhuji. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubihi saha pandava bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Ramreddy Prabhu?
Prabhu, I'll do it a little later, Prabhu.
Okay, ma. Okay, Prabhuji. Where is Sandhya Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubihi saha pandava bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshitu.
Yes, in this shloka, na, adarshanam. Okay, bhavato adarshanam yarhi. A should be spelt like if it is as it is been not spelt like, but there should be some a. Bhavato adarshanam yarhi. Okay, else the whole meaning will change.
Bhavato darshanam yarhi.
Yes. Rishikaanam iveshituhu. Yeah. Now,
Okay, Prabhuji.
or Deepa Mataji, please go.
Yes, Prabhuji. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi sah Pandavaha. Bhavato adarshanam yarhi rishikaanam iveshituhu.
Yes, Mataji. Lavanya Mataji.
केवयं नाम रूपाभ्यां यदुभिः सह पाण्डवा भवतो दर्शनं यर्हि ऋषिकानाम् इवेशितुः.
Sapan Prabhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhih sah Pandavaha. Bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikanaamiveshituhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. And Raju Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ke vayam nama rupabhyam yadubhisah pandavaha bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikanam iveshituhu.
Bhavato adarshanam yarhi. Okay.
Bhavato adarshanam yarhi rishikanam iveshituhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Who else? Who else is there?
I am here.
Yes, Prabhu. Please go ahead. Chandramoli Prabhu. Akinchan Prabhu.
Kevayam nama rupabhyam pandava bhavato adarshanam yarhi hushikanam iveshituhu.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Akinchan Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi sah pandava bhavato darshanam yarihi rishikanam iveshito.
Shall I do it now, Prabhu? I know I can do it.
Yes, Prabhu. Please go.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi saha pandavaha bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikanam ivesituhu.
Class. Yeah, Giraj Prabhu, can you please go ahead?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and Mataji, and Dr. Guru Shishla Prabhupada Gurudev. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi saha pandava bhavatu darshanam yarhi rishikanam iveshituhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Everyone is done, now?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
everyone
Prabhuji.
done. Can I read it on synonyms and translate?
Yes, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
K, who are, Vayam, we, Nama Rupabhyam, without fame and ability, Yadubihi, with the Yadus, Saha, along with Pandava and the Pandavas, Bhavata, your, Adarshanam, absence, Adarshanam, absence, Yarhi, as if, Rishikanam, of the senses, Iva, like, Isituhu, of the living being. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit. Similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Like today or tomorrow or at the max day after tomorrow, we are about to finish first canto. Okay. So, do you people need a revision of it? Not in a way that we go through everything, but within one page, we will know the whole synopsis of what we have read till now.
Yes, Prabhuji, needed, Prabhuji.
I have that.
Because we have Bhakti Vaibhav exam
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
13 chapters. First canto, 13 chapter, single page
9
document.
chapters, Prabhuji. First 9 chapters.
19 chapters, no?
19 chapters. కానీ
19
మా
chapters.
టెస్ట్ ఇస్ 9 chapters. సో మీరు సినాప్స్ చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది.
Yeah, your test is 9 chapters means?
First 9 chapters.
అంటే
Achha, you
వాళ్ళు
joined
వైభవ్
some...
భక్తి వైభవ్.
భక్తి వైభవ్
Achha,
చేస్తారు.
Bhakti Vaibhav. Okay. So actually there is a one-page this thing. How one of my counselors taught us that after completing every canto, we will again read within one page. We will come to know what is the flow chart of this canto. Okay.
Prabhu,
Yes.
if you have material, share it with me. But I can slide up.
Prabhu, we have written it individually, Prabhu. I don't know where it is. I should check it now. I'll check and then I'll send you. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you.
Okay. Within one page, we will come to know, where it has gone and how it has been to the birth of, the arrival of Sukadeva Goswami. See, at the first of end canto, at the end of first canto, we will come across Sukadeva Goswami. And second canto, where we will have some 8th or 9th chapter, Krishna's arrival will be there. Okay. Very important these things, chapters. So we will come to know, we'll have a flow summary of how we have gone to till the last of this canto. Okay. Everyone, I want everyone to explain me, what I have explained you. Since there is no point in reading Bhagavatam only, it will just go like that. Okay, like of course, even if you go like that, that is also good. But actually, we should know where we are. That is the point which I wanted to make. Everyone understood that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay. Just within one glance of that page, we will come to know where we are or what all things we have read till now. Okay. So in that way, all the 12 cantos, if you do, you will come to know which part of Bhagavatam we are reading and what happened. Okay. Of course, we have been taught only 3 or 4 cantos like that. The next 5, 6, 7 cantos, by the time that this Bhakti Vedanta Vidyapit has already come with this, what is it? Our Gaurang Darshan Prabhu already opened this, started this Subodhinis. So then my counselor stopped. Because that is already there, you can go ahead with that. So before that, he used to tell us what is in it which we have read till now. What is in it which we have read till now. So after every canto, we used to have 3 or 4 days on this discussion. What happened in the first canto? Okay.
Yes, and it is useful for understanding.
That will be very good, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll go ahead like that. It might take 1 or 2 weeks, but still okay if we know where we are. Okay.
So how are we referring that? Where are we referring?
So Prabhuji, today this recitations will go as it is, but in this reading class, we will go with the flow chart of how where we have gone. What all things 19 chapters covered.
Okay, you have that flow chart.
Yes, I should check, Prabhuji. I should check. I will get it somewhere, Prabhu. Okay.
Sure. Maybe.
Yeah. If not, Prabhuji, if not, you can take the Bhagavatam Subodhini first page. First canto, first page.
The 19 chapters, no?
Yeah, all the 19 chapters you will get to know what all we have covered. That also you can post. That is also good.
So again, this is again
because that will be more authentic than me saying, because it has been approved by many of these GBC people. Okay.
And Raju Prabhu needs to be helped because.
Yeah, Raju Prabhu, you can share that first page. That flow chart should be by heart for everyone. Okay. Every kind of flow chart first page should be by heart by everyone. After 10 or 12 years, for us, if we continue this fall like this, by God's grace. Else, at least whenever you read Bhagavatam, you should, contemplate upon yourself at the last of finishing the canto, whether what we have read and where we are. Okay. Because this is not a thing which we should finish it off. This is a thing which we should imbibe it in our own lives. Okay. So it might take some time, but as down the line, you will taste the Bhagavatam, and I will assure you, if you read like this for 10 or 12 years now, Bhagavatam will reciprocate to you like anything. And of course, I am not yet complete my 12 years reading Bhagavatam. It is still 8 or 9 years still. But still, I have seen many people who made reading Bhagavatam their own lives, and I have seen their lifestyles changing. That is why I am telling you. Okay, this is not a book to finish it, but of course to imbibe in our own lives. So even though if it is late, we will go steadily. Okay, thank you so much. I am done with my distinct Prabhuji. Toshan, now you can go ahead. Giriraj Prabhu.
Raju Prabhu is not there, right? So Raju Prabhu needs to be taken at all the 19 chapters first page. Or Lavanya, you can try. You know that clear scanner, right?
Yeah.
You try to proper scanning. Or Deepamada, you have Subodhini books?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have.
Yeah. Can you put it in one single document for all the flowcharts, all the sequence, how we put it in?
For all cantos, Prabhuji?
No, till 19 chapters, first canto.
Okay, Prabhuji. Like each chapter ki starting lo, what is the adi antunara? The first page dentlo aithe flow chart untundi for each chapter adi antunara?
Adi plus if you go to any flow chart, for example, some of the chapter.
Mataji, cantos the whole flow chart untadi Mataji. If you can ask some of your Bhakti Vedanta Vidyapits
No, I
devotees,
have
they
the
will.
Subodhini book with me, Prabhuji. I think it has.
Yeah, can you please share if you can the first page?
Yeah, that's what I want to understand. What exactly? 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yes, there is a Canto 1 at a glance and Chepesi. There are 2 pages.
Yeah. Those pages, Mataji. In those terms only, our class was also there by my counselor. You know what we have read till now. Yes, at a glance. Yes.
Yeah, I'll share it, Prabhuji, in the group.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay.
Yeah, I'll need to log out, Prabhuji. I'll have to drive again.
And then call is done also. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. Kripas is
If you have that Bhagavatam, that glance, Canto at a glance, you can please share that, Prabhu. That is very much required. Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. Kripas in the Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavindaki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Reading Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande Hari Hari. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow. Pranams.